What's a guitar solo that scratches your brain in just the right way? Time Solo by David Gilmour. Warpig's Black Sabbath Last Solo. Porcupine Tree Dark Matter. Comfortably Numb. Reeling in the Years, Sultans of Swing. Jimi Hendrix Red House. The original studio recording. The first tease after he laments, "Wait a minute. Something's wrong. The key won't unlock this door," is so nuanced with grief. Then he boasts, "It's alright, I've still got my guitar. Look out now then." He controls reverb and delay while his guitar wails for him, climbing the fretboard and reaching an acme of sonic expression. Beautiful, clean and unattainable. Like a hurricane, Neil Young. It's simple but does something very nice to my earholes. By Stevie Ray Vaughan. No wrong answer. Maggot Brain by Funkadelic. California Dreaming or I Want You She's So Heavy by Eddie Hazel. Slash's solo from November Rain. Free Bird Lynyrd Skynyrd. Never Gets Old. Cult of Personality. Frank Zappa Watermelon in Easter Hay. Like a stone audioslave, the solo always gives me goosebumps. Smiling Face. The Trooper. Learning to Fly. Megadeth Tornado of Souls. Eddie Van Halen's solo in Beat It. Alice in Chains Them Bones. Judas Priest Painkiller. Megadeth Tornado of Souls. Nile Evil to Cast Out Evil. The solo in My Sharona. Led Zeppelin Stairway to Heaven. Goosebumps every time. Hotel California by the Eagles. The Chain Fleetwood Mac. Purple Rain. The opening to Hotel California from the video Hell Freezes Over by the Eagles. Joe Walsh and Don Felder just amazing on this. Also, the intro to the Canadian TV show North of 60. Tim McCauley. Brothers in Arms by the Dire Straits. Basically one big solo. Get the Funk Out by Extreme. Nuno Betancourt is a phenomenal guitarist. Kid Charlemagne. Don't Look Back by Boston. End of the song and it starts with an epic pick slide. Cliffs of Dover by Eric Johnson. The whole song is a solo basically. Edit specifically the Life at Austin City Limits version. Crazy Train or Mr. Crowley. Randy Rhoads just had something. Yellow Ledbetter. On the Super Nintendo, there was a game called Ken Griffey Jr. Baseball. Even with the crappy and crunchy sound chip, that whole song gets me hyped in ways I can't explain. That, or the intro riff from Always on the Run by Lenny Kravitz. Outro solo to Comfortably Numb. Anything from Dimebag Darrell. Anesthesia Pulling Teeth by Metallica. Technically it's a bass solo, but Cliff Burton could do with a bass what Hendrix could do with a guitar. A7X's Seize the Day was the first I could say I mastered. Still my go-to to feel out a guitar. Hail to the King's solo on the acoustic is my current noodle. Most of my faves. Mr. Crowley. Comfortably Numb. Prince's Gently Weeps etc. are already being mentioned here, but I want to throw a couple out for conversation. Bon Jovi's Dry Country. Metallica's Welcome Home Sanitarium. 46 and 2. The closing solo from Sultans of Swing. The bridge solo from Touch of Grey. Pure joy in guitar form in both songs. Not enough Adam Jones in here. Jambi Lateralis Wings PT2 Descending 7 Empest. The solo in Hysteria by Muse always gives me the fuzz. While it's simple, it just drives the whole song and makes me want it to keep going. The opening one in Layla. Sabbath Bloody Sabbath. Lazaretto by Jack White does it for me every time. The guitar solo in Bloom. I consider myself a decent guitarist. But that solo, even though I've studied it, there's absolutely no fucking way to play it like Kurt did. He was a fucking genius. 250 odd comments. And the greatest solo of all time has not been mentioned. 25 or 6 to 4. Not even close. Lights by Journey has one of my absolute favorite solos of all time. It's just beautiful, fits the song, and doesn't overstay its welcome. Or Slash's solo in Velvet Revolver's Fall to Pieces. The Necromancer by Rush. Intro to Welcome Home by Coheed 1000. The first guitar solo in A Change of Seasons by Dream Theater. Oh Baby. Robert Fripp's guitar solo in St. Elmo's Fire by Brian Eno. Or Fripp's solo on Babies on Fire, also by Brian Eno. Mic Check by RATM. Comfortably Numb. Hitch a Ride Boston Sultans of Swing Dire Straits. Alive by Pearl Jam. While My Guitar Gently Weeps solos by Prince. Under a Glass Moon Dream Theater John Petrucci. Ordinary World Duran Duran. A Lot of David Gilmour. Summer Song by Joe Satriani. A few live recordings of Trey with Fish. Summer Song by Joe Hole FG Song. While My Guitar Gently Weeps. Tom Petty. Prince. Et al. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame 2004. It crushes the original in every single way. Prince was an absolutely incredible musician. And that live performance is one of the best in history. And I don't think anyone is gonna change my mind. The opening to Then Came the Last Days of May Blue Oyster Cult. Eruption by Van Halen. Tom Morello's solo in Township Rebellion. I love his playing and I chose that because it's one of the only ones that sounds like a guitar solo. Many of his others are. I'm not sure how to describe them. Are they guitar solos? Are they musical interludes in which the sounds originate from a guitar? They're super impressive, but it's less him soloing and more him showing a mastery of how to manipulate a variety of effects. Larry Carlton's Steely Dan solos, such as Kid Charlemagne, Third World Man among others. Also pretty much anything Ian Bairnson with Alan Parsons Project, especially on Turning of a Friendly Card. The one in Nightwish Ghost Love Score. Night on the Sun by Modest Mouse. Towards the end of Tool's The Pot. Jesus Crebus X200B Edit 340 for the uninitiated. Dark Star Grateful Dead. Wilco guitarist Nels Klein's solo at the end of Impossible Germany. A Tear for Eddie by Ween. Dreams I'll Never See, Molly Hatchet. Purple Rain Live by Prince. The really long, almost 20-minute version moves me beyond words every time. Such a shame our friendship had to end. Pensive face. There are too many to name. Ozzy has never had a bad guitarist. I could listen to them all. You Must Burn by Metallica has sick guitar playing. Megadeth kicks ass when it comes to solos. Estranged by Guns N' Roses. Coma by Guns N' Roses. Sin by Ozzy. Whole World Falling Down by Ozzy. Hero by Ozzy. Breaking All the Rules. Diary of a Madman. Believer. Revelation Mother Earth. Steal Away the Night. All by Ozzy. Cemetery Gates. Hollow. Floods. By Pantera. John Petrucci's solo in Under a Glass Moon is a more effective drug for depression than any anti-depressant for me. Prince's solo on While My Guitar Gently Weeps at the 2004 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction. Absolutely thrilling. Shake It Up by The Cars. Beginning of Maps.